So have you ever wondered how some people are doing wonderful in their job, living the life that they want and living in abundance? Have you ever wondered how people are retiring on that private golf course, going on wonderful vacations, driving that drop top and living the car of their dreams? Have you ever wondered, can it be you? Well, today I'm going to tell you what no executive have ever told you, how you can reach your financial freedom, how you can reach your potential, and how you can live the life you want to choose. And at the end, I'm going to tell you how I did it in only 2 years. So stay tuned. I'm Dr. J, and welcome to 2 Doc Mind. So hey YouTube family, this video is an absolute game changer. Have you ever wondered what is the secret to financial success in your career and how success is not specific to any industry? For example, being a doctor or a lawyer or an accountant. Have you ever wondered, could this happen and be for you? Have you ever wondered, well, if so, how in the heck do I do it? Well, today's video, I'm going to give you 3 steps, right, for how this is for you. But also I'm going to answer some of the burning questions you have. Is it industry specific and can I do it? And that answer just may surprise you. But more importantly, I believe it's going to change your life forever. And when I say ever, I mean ever until you die. But you have to implement 3 strategies that I think will be core. And if you do, you can reach the abundance you always dreamed of. But more importantly, I'm going to drop that bonus in for you. I'm going to show you 2 decades ago how it worked for me and how it would just work for you as well. So hit that like button, make sure you subscribe because we want to get this content out to more people. And then last but not least, hit that notification bell because when we drop this content, you want to be the first to implement it because we're going to drop some dimes for you today. This is your roadmap to a brighter professional future and career. So let's get started right now. But first, before we get into this video, I want to let you know what would happen if you don't implement the advice that we're going to give you in the video today. What happens if you sit in your position for 5, 10, 15, 20, 30, 40? I had an employee sit in a position 51 years, and at his retirement party, at the end, he walked up to me and said, Dr. J, I wish I would have done more. I wish I would have gave more and achieved more because I had so much more to give you. So he walked away with regret. More important, he walked away understanding that after he retires and put in that much work, he's not going to be able to live the life he always thought. We don't want that to be you. So make sure you listen up and you stay to the end and you listen to that bonus footage I'm going to give you about how I did it in 2 years. So number 1, first question many people ask me when I talk about this is this industry specific? Meaning, I'm not a CEO of a company. I'm not a lawyer. I'm not a surgeon. I don't have one of these bus careers and these jobs that makes hundreds and hundreds and thousands of dollars and millions of dollars. I don't have that, I'm working every day, doing a normal job. I'm an accounts payable clerk. I'm a nurse and I'm doing great work and I'm contributing to my organization. But, hearing this, can I do it? Does it work in this industry? Does it work for me, right, in this specific task or industry? Well, the answer just may shock you. I had a friend named Darren. He was a mechanic. He fixed things around the workspace, whether that's an ice machine, whether that's a refrigerator, whether that's some type of machine that went out, your desk broke and he had to repair it. He was that person that came into the office and made sure everything was fixed and working properly. Well, there was some machinery that always had to be maintained daily, weekly, monthly, yearly. He found out a way to be able to fix that machine and do that maintenance. It used to take a little bit over an hour to 40 minutes. So meaning he was able to shrink the workload by 35% and be more efficient with his time so that he and the other employees in that unit can do a lot more work and accomplish a lot more ground. So he implemented a new process and procedure for how he attacked that work. Well, the big bosses saw it and saw that, hey, they were now accomplishing more work with the same amount of people, right? And they asked what went on. Well, this guy named Darren implemented this thing because he loved working with his hands, supporting people, but more importantly, he loved to improve process and operation. Well, the bosses loved it. They loved that he saw a need, he implemented a solution, and they saw a great outcome. So 3 months later, he went from around $60,000 a year, got promoted to supervisor, and now making $90,000 a year. 50% increase, a $30,000 promotion. A mechanic with an idea that just implemented, and it changed the course of his life, because guess what? That increase lasted him for years to come, and now he still is seeing the benefits of that income. So it doesn't matter his industry, whether you're a mechanic. You can do this as an accountant. You can do this as a street sweeper. You can do this as an engineer. You can do this in any form or fashion. So no, it's not industry specific. You can do it in any industry that you have. So how significant was that $30,000 increase? It changed his family life. It changed his financial freedom. But more importantly, it changed his future, because he now will be making this money the rest of his life. It's like disposable, discretionary income that he gained, because his salary increased so drastically in such a short amount of time. And I'm telling you, you can do it as well. So now that we talked about Darren, let's talk about the second question that I normally get hit when we talking about this topic. And that question is, and it's simple, can I do it? Is it for me? And I tell you simply, of course it's for you. You can do it. You just have to do a few simple tools that we'll give you on how to do it, right? So this can happen for anyone. Like we talked, it doesn't matter your industry, and it doesn't matter who you are. You have to act. And you can get the money in many different ways. You can walk up to your manager, your hiring manager, and say, listen, I want a raise because I did X, Y, and Z, and I have this value, right? And if you have that level of value, potentially you can get a raise. That happened for me in one of my careers, is knew I had a value. I knew I was the only one that can do this type of spreadsheet. So I asked for a raise as I'm walking, right? And they gave me what I need. Now, it was a more nuanced conversation than that. But basically, I knew I had a skill set and I knew I have leverage. So I asked for an increase and they gave it to me. It also happened for me as I received multiple promotions over many, many years. And those promotions allowed me to gain more dollars for my financial future. Also, I implemented this third step, and this third step is critical. Sometimes I reached my ceiling with my current employer and I had to jump ship and go somewhere else where they felt that my skill sets was more valuable and they were willing to compensate me more for that skill set. They were willing to put me in a different level of responsibility because of that skill set. So can you do it? Yeah, you can do it in those three different ways. And if you do it, right, you will, and I guarantee you, you will see success. And if you don't have that leverage, you got to go get it. You have to figure out how you have that leverage at work. Now, the third critical thing that you have to do, and the questions that I receive all the time is, and how do you do it? And it goes to some of the videos that we have in our queue. And please look at some of the videos that we have in our inventory, because we talk about steps that you can implement to get to your goal. But to be able to move towards your goal in this instance, first, you need to set a goal. So if you're a nurse, right, and you want to be a nurse supervisor, the first thing that you have to do is assess your education, experience, qualifications, and see if you meet the goals for that next opportunity. Should you don't, go get the education that you need. Go get the certifications that you need. Go get the experience that you need, right? So that you can move into those roles. But if you check the box of education, check the box of experience, check all the qualification box, then you go to the next item. And that's simply set a timeline for when you need your next opportunity. So in my example, I'm a nurse. I want to be a supervising nurse. I want to do that in 4 months. So write down 4 months and go get it. Don't let anyone stop you. You apply for jobs internally. You look for opportunities internally. You look for opportunities externally. You look for opportunities in-state, local. You look at opportunities out of state, outside of the country. Don't limit yourself. And you go until you find the opportunity that fits you and your lifestyle. So you act. Set a timeline and then you act. So the last step is simply then you execute. And what does execution mean? You get off your tush and you make it happen. You get on job boards. You go to networking events. You reach out to your network and friends and family and see where they have opportunities. You go to associations, but you go and you act and you spend whatever amount of free time you have to make it happen. And when you make that happen, I guarantee you, you will get to that next step. And what does that mean for the nurses and Darrens of the world? What does it mean to receive that increase? Well, I'm about to tell you in one quick second. But before I do, make sure you subscribe, hit that like button and that notification button, because I'm going to tell you a bonus of what had happened to me and how that had an impact on my life forever. So now, as promised, I want to tell you what happened in my career. This is my story almost 20 years ago. I'm cruising along making about $80,000 working as a financial analyst. Fast forward 2 years. And guess what? 2 promotions, 3 pay bumps, and bam, I'm making $160,000 a year. Now let's do some math magic. I went from a financial analyst to a manager of a financial function. How do I do it simply? Before we get into that math, I saw an opportunity and I attacked it. I went for a promotion. Then about 19 months later, I went for another promotion. And while I was doing that, I was getting pay increase. So I was able to double my salary, and that's $80,000. So 100% improve my salary, and that's about $80,000 a year. So let's get into the math. I was about 30-ish at that time, maybe a little bit before 30, maybe, my goodness, I think I was maybe about 29, late 20s. The average retirement age in the US is about 64. So I had another 30 plus years of work left to do if I retire at the average age. Well, if you multiply that $80,000 times 30 years, that's $2.4 million, assuming my salary never goes down, right? Assuming that I never get any promotions or other increases. That's $2.5 million the rest of my career, right? 30 times $80,000, $2.5 million, right? The rest of my career that I will get just by getting those promotions. That's not it, right? You don't stop at that $2.4 million, right? Toss in perks, toss in future raises. And I'm sitting on a cool $3+ million by simply bumping up my salary. It's like winning the lottery, but you don't get your money in one lump sum. You get your money over a period of time. And why is it important? Because that money just doesn't sit with you while you're working. It also improves your retirement. And that's how people live the life of abundance, because they are willing to take on tasks and willing to do things to move their career forward so they can live the life of their dream. Anyone can do this. Anyone can make millions of dollars while at work. All you have to do is set a goal, set some timelines, and execute. And you can double your salary in only 2 years. Think of your career as your business. You are your business, and your business want to continue to make more money, and it's up to you to make that business churn and grow. So what happened in my career can happen for you. These are very simple steps that I encourage you to take right now. Now, all this is useless if you don't implement these 3 simple steps. Setting the plan, that's number 1. Number 2, establish timeline. And number 3, execute. What if these results are just as good or even better? What if after 2 years you double your income from there, triple your income? What will happen to you? How would that change your life? Well, I want you to subscribe so you can get more content from 2 Doc Minds to help you in your journey. Make sure you drop a like, subscribe, comment, and hit that notification bell. I'm Dr. J, and thank you for watching 2 Doc Minds.